Being humble can be very powerful for you to be a trainer, facilitator, or coach in order to inspire the work environment you are in. That could be team members or participants, in order for them to catch the same flow. For example, my handwriting is terrible and it takes me a lot of effort to make it better. And for now, it's not really of a priority, maybe soon in the future. So when I write things down, and sometimes I have my dyslexic moments as well, I'm very open and say, okay, sorry for my handwriting and I hope in my next life it will be better. I make a little joke and a lot of people laugh about it, and then it's there, it's right out in the open. I'm not pretending to be perfect at all, and we can continue with the workshop. And if people really focus on my terrible handwriting, and if it's really that important for them, that also says something about them. They might be perfectionist and tend to focus on the things that are not perfect, which could already be a fire starter for a perfect conversation about perfectionism. What brings you in the workflow, and how can you prioritize things for you to improve versus things for to happen on the flow, and to be actually time seekers, but not so much of an importance. For example, one of our participants or practitioners now, actually, she's also certified in being a Host and Transform practitioner, and she unlocks innovation within her organization, which is a government institute in the Netherlands. She also gave the example that they are writing perfect reports with perfect handwriting, or perfect language, perfect jargon and nice pictures, but nobody is reading the reports. And once she put the word, I think it was unicorn, in the text, and teddy bear, just randomly, and nobody got that to their attention. So that means that nobody's reading it. So what is important, for you to write perfectly, or for you to get a message across? Well, for me as a trainer, I want to provide an experience. And sometimes I need to write stuff and have to draw things in order to frame it. But it's not the core issue, right? So I show that I'm humble to myself. This is not perfect, but there's other people that can do that perfectly. And by that, I also generate some humbleness amongst the participants. They see that I'm open to make mistakes, or to embrace my imperfectionism, I should say. And they also feel allowed to do that. So this is an example in your setting of your work. But you can also do that, of course, when you collaborate with partners, for example, and when you have some miscommunication. Always try to act from the perspective that the other person has good intentions. Even though you might be irritated and you do not understand this person's world. And of course you can ask about it, like, hey, I've seen this and this and this. For me, this is pretty strange. Can we talk about it? That's fine, but do not already fill in the gaps and think from a negative place. So being humble is very useful for you to have a sustainable business, to create a humble work environment where people dare to experiment and make mistakes, and to embrace that, and also to embrace their talents and maybe their imperfectionisms, if that's a word actually. So let me know if this video is helping you. And most of all, we're very curious about how do you apply this in your own work practice. Are you humble towards yourself and towards your participants or your team members? And how do you unlock that humble environment? And why is it so important for you? Leave a comment below and let us know, because there are the conversation starters that are most valuable for everyone.